have Rocky from Dubai. Yeah, it's in the format.
Laat eens met u om scheepszaken zeggen. Unfortunately, that's all the Lithuanian for tonight. I want to start by asking you guys, do you like kids?
Yes.
Yes? Any, no? Yeah, depends. Okay, that's not a good sign. I don't like kids. And I'm here to tell you why. Because this summer, I went on a trip with my nephew. Yeah, he's a little 2-year-old guy. And I learned 2 things about myself. 1, I hate kids. And 2, I hate coffee. So now this is the story of why I hate both those things. First of all, I also hate traveling. I don't like airports, and I think there's a lot of stuff that builds up while going to the airport. For example, everyone in the gate to enter the flight wants to rush as soon as they announce that the flight is boarding. It's like they think the plane will go without them. And I think there's 2 reasons that people rush. It's either that they want to avoid standing in a really big line, or it being first kind of makes them feel like they're first class. Something like that. But I think it's the dumbest thing you can do. I think it's the dumbest thing you can do if you want to enter the flight first. And the reason I feel that, because let's imagine you enter the flight first, you step in, you put your luggage, and you're seated. I've sat down. It's comfortable, I don't need to stand in line, and there are 2 empty seats next to me, and all the passengers of the flight have to board, and it's an 8-hour flight. So now you realize that you have to see each passenger passing by, and you have to be the most judgmental person on the planet. You really have to judge them hard, like when they pass by, no, fuck off. No, sorry, it's not possible. But once in a while, you see a really pretty lady at the end of the aisle. And I mean, drop dead gorgeous. Yeah? She looks at her ticket. She looks at you. She smiles. You smile also, there's chemistry. Yeah? And now she's walking towards you. Yeah? And with each step, the anticipation builds. Like, yes, please, just let me sit next to this person. Yeah? She's getting closer and closer. At this point, you become religious. Like, oh God, please, just let me have something good in my life. And then she stands right in front of you. She looks at her ticket again, and you're like, okay, this is it, it's gonna happen. And she sits in the seat right behind you. Tough luck, I guess. Before every flight, the captain of the flight likes to address the passengers. Yes? I just wish I understood what the fuck the captain was saying. He holds the mic so close, like, ladies and gentlemen, this is the flight recorders. Thank you. You never understand what he's saying. And before each flight, he gives the most useless pieces of information to you. Today we are going to be flying from Kaunas to Miami. I know. I booked the flight. The weather in Miami is a nice 25 degrees. I know. I planned my vacation. And now I'm not motivated to fly. Like I'm not feeling it. I'm like, oh, okay, it's an 8-hour flight, yeah? You know what would motivate me? What would motivate me is if the captain of the flight sounded like Optimus Prime from Transformers. Yeah? Greetings, human. My name is Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots and captain of this ship. Today we shall embark on a journey to Miami. At 35,000 feet, the weather might be cold, but with the company of our comrades and the in-flight food, we shall survive. See? Now I'm motivated to fly. Now I want to fly. So on this particular flight that I was on with my nephew, it was a normal flight, like we boarded and everything. He said he wanted to pee, so I took him to pee. So now after that, we're sitting down, we've put our seatbelts. The flight is on the runway, ready to take off. And as soon as it's about to take off, this little shit says, I want to pee right now. And I know he's not kidding. he will pee himself. And I have no options whatsoever because I can't get up because, well, flight is about to take off. So what do I do? What do I do? I tell this to the air hostess. She gives me a cup. I give him the cup. You can see where this is going. Out of curiosity, how much piss do you think is there in this little boy's body? Yeah, 2-year-old kid. How much do you think there is? Hmm? No. Hmm? Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff. So now, as the flight is about to take off, I'm holding this canister of piss in my hand. It looks like a freshly poured pint of beer. And you know what happens when the flight takes off, you know? You see that the lights turn off, and there's this little orange light that happens before, that's there like at the top. Yeah, and it says, you can't get up from your seat, you have to wear your seatbelt, and you can't use the restroom. Now my eyes are just on that light. I can't stop looking at it because I'm like, okay, any minute now, the light is gonna turn, and I'm gonna be able to throw this piss in the toilet and it will be over. Each second, it's like building up, like, okay, it will turn off now, it's gonna happen now. Any minute now, any minute now. And as I'm thinking about this, the flight starts to shake. Dear passengers, we are about to fly into a zone of turbulence. I'd suggest you fasten your seatbelts. We're in for a bumpy ride. My worst fear has come true. As I'm holding this, it's spilling all over the floor, it's spilling all over me. The hot girl behind me is completely disgusted now. And as I'm dealing with this, yeah, this is my midlife crisis. I'm not that old, guys. So as I'm dealing with this, yeah, this little shit wakes up again from his sleep and he says, don't drink it, it's not coffee. And you know, I think that's why we hate kids. This guy didn't have to think twice before saying what he did. And kids are just like that. They do everything unapologetically. They are unapologetically rude. They are unapologetically funny. As adults, we know we can't do that. I know that if I don't work tomorrow, I'm not gonna have food on my table. I know that I have to pay my taxes. This kid only wants to play watch Cocomelon and play Fortnite. That's what he spends his whole day doing. And you know what? He's happy. Like, he's genuinely happy. Some of us here just aren't happy. I mean, why else would you come to a stand-up comedy show? I get it. I mean, the stress of life can sometimes make you want to become Optimus Prime, you know, all defensive and ready to like take on all the challenges that come your way. But I think if there's any way to live your life, it is unapologetically. So be unapologetically rude. Be unapologetically happy, but at the end of the day, be unapologetically you. And just remember, when life gives you turbulence, don't take the piss. That's been my show, everyone. My name is Rocky. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you so much.
Rocky, give a round of applause for Rocky!